So, Ryan, you're a civil libertarian. A bunch of issues here. One is the president saying he'd like to house people convicted of citizens convicted in overseas prisons. Let's go one at a time. How do you feel about that? Is that a good idea,
About
bad idea?
citizens being, that's why we
Yeah.
should have never given all the power to the president we did for George W. Bush on during the post 9/11 era.
So, do you
Um,
think that's clearly unconstitutional?
Clearly unconstitutional. You've no right. You
Yeah.
should have I mean, you'd have to be declared probably a terrorist to sit there and get into an off-site, detention center, and and then you could be held
What? I'm not saying I'm for the policy, but just ask you to clarify. What provision of the Constitution
oh,
is
none of
violated
the
if
con
you're convicted in a court in Louisiana and they send you to Guantanamo Bay or prison in El Salvador? What constitutional right is violated?
none broke a lot of constitutional rights. So I mean, but they gave they gave the government the ability to put people in detention centers for years before they ever saw a judge.
Well, but
With
this is different. This is different. This is a question of, can you put someone overseas? Can you put someone in prison in France or Morocco?
I don't believe so. I don't see how that's possible. I mean, I don't see that an American citizen. I don't see how that's possible. If that's true, then why didn't we put the Boston bomber there, or the million other terrorists that we had there, the Unabomber, you name them? I don't believe so that
Okay.
that is the case.
Okay. What about this case of this Maryland man where, as we found in the morning meeting this morning, it's still not really clear to me what the facts are, but these facts seem to be true. Number one, he's in the country illegally. Number two, that El Salvador doesn't want to give him back. And number three, the administration says if he comes back, they'll deport him again. So where are you on this issue, including the question of whether they're currently violating the court order?
He has an outstanding deportation order. So even if they were to fly him in, Tom Homan's people could be at the airport, LAX, JFK, Reagan, wherever it is. He lands, they arrest him and deport him again. And he has an outstanding deportation. This man's story does not make any sense to me. I obviously don't have any special privilege to his information, but he did not clear asylum in the correct amount of time. During the asylum proceedings, he said that he was a member of MS-13 and the opposing gang was trying to kill him. That was the excuse for asylum, which he was also not in the current window for. Judges refused to refuse his the conditions of his asylum. He got a deportation order. He was evading deportation. He was deported. Should he be in this maximum security prison? I don't know. I'm not going to make that kind of judgment call. Should he be in El Salvador? Absolutely. He should not be here. He has an outstanding and the fact that in the last month, the people, the civilians that Democrats have made their idols are anti-Israeli student activists who are not citizens and MS-13, possible MS-13 cartel members who are not citizens, really gives them a wonderful play-by-play as to who they're really fighting for and advocating for. I mean, it seems to be anybody who is not a citizen of the United States.
Yeah, I will say one thing that I was clarified for me today is that even though the Supreme Court decision was 9-0 and had elements that were favorable to this gentleman and the lower court judge, it was not totally favorable and not totally unfavorable to the government. And I had previously thought there was a good chance he'll come back. I don't think he's coming back now. And if he does, as you said, they'll just turn right around.
Yeah, he doesn't
Yeah.
belong. He has an outstanding deportation order.
Yeah.
What do you have? How many laws as a non-citizen do you have to break in order to actually have the repercussions come up to you that an American citizen, I'll tell you right now, if I was driving without a license or if I was doing something else that I shouldn't be doing, I know sure as hell that I would not be being saying a bunch of Democratic politicians would be behind me saying, "Don't worry, let him just go by. He's just a New York guy or a Louisiana." It's all to sit there and play politics with somebody who shouldn't. Is there no one worthy of it?